Have you seen the video of Casey Neistat ruining his Ray-Bans on purpose?
Is Casey Neistat rich?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know who that is. Who is he?
He's a YouTube fruitcake guy. He's a YouTuber, but he's at the crossroads of like New Yorker magazine, intelligent geek hipster type guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the ugliest people who's ever lived. He's a TEDx. He's a TED hipster. That's what he is. That's what he is.
So he takes his just regular Ray-Bans,
his Wayfarers.
He spray paints them white, and then like sandpapers them down so they have this weird white sort of varnished weird thing going on. For
glasses, they're gone. They're gone forever.
Man.
I mean, I could buy another pair,
It's
but the pair that I
retarded.
had, they're gone. They're dead. They were given a burial at sea. See, this weekend was my friend Neve's wedding, and I actually officiated his wedding. I think I did a pretty good job.
You may kiss the bride.
And
Who
after
would
the wedding,
have
we went
that
to the
guy
beach, and I had a
officiate a
few to
wedding?
drink, and at the beach, I thought it'd be a good idea for me to try to surf in a gigantic board. My inventory lens is lighter down here, and had first these gradient lens ones. If you see, it's like the lens is lighter. Then I had my rusted classics. Now these are obviously classic.
So he like takes them. I don't know if this is the video, but he like takes them and fucking.
I mean, I think that's fine.
Is
He's
about
just
to expire.
I hate it.
he's signaling that he doesn't care about material possessions, even though he has this like extremely carefully curated collection of material crap in his to a person like this dope work studio
In New York.
in a very expensive place in New York. Sure,
He's got a patch made on a pillow too, right there.
but he's just distressing his glasses, and his glasses are there's a central part of his face. It's like a calling attention to his face, sort of like peacocking type thing. I think it's understandable. I just think he's fucking ugly as sin.
What was his content about?
His content is regular stuff, like it's a kind of DIY hackery type stuff, like making a skateboard that's remote controlled, like shit like that. But it's the editing is he's one of the I don't know if he's an originator. He might be an originator. He's one of the originators of ADD, almost musical editing in long form storytelling type videos.
So like Vice Origin, post Get McKenna stuff. Post Gavin, Vice.
Yep.
Like ish.
Yeah.
Videos.
Yeah.
Like like kind of like
And he's one of the guys that I think you could confidently say that he started. He helped birth the style. You know those like folk songs where it's like there's clapping.
Yeah.
And like almost like tune yards kind of.
Yeah.
And you know how commercials you'll see commercials that are edited to those songs.
Apple commercials.
Probably more like Me Undies. Like brands that like have to they can jump in there and grab that. Like Apple, I think would be too
like Yeti coolers.
Yeah. Like Yeti coolers. Yeah. Go to Casey's channel and go to the just sort by most popular, or actually sort by oldest. Do that. Bike lanes. That's the one that kicked him off there. This is what started him big time. And this is before he built his style. This is the proto style right here. But like tune yards. Jingle and change in the song.
I remember when we were around during this.
So I got a ticket for not riding in the bike lane, but often there are obstructions that keep you from properly riding in the bike lane.
It's kind of good.
It is a good point.
Yeah, no, this got him 30 million views here.
And it birthed the guy who yells at, the new guy that yells at
the bike lane guy.
You know what I'm talking about?
he's got a Houston.
They have Raymar and Flanagan's in New York City.
I don't know.
That was a Raymar and Flanagan's.
Listen up. As you've been hearing on our show and elsewhere.
Let's go back to his channel here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's important. It's kind of important. This stuff is. I'm talking. You know, we're talking about this. This is kind of important because this guy is like, if you ever watch a YouTube video and wonder why it's so fucked up. Now, I mean, nowadays you might have you might get more sense. You might have a more sort of clear conception of things if you watched Mr. Beast, because I think that's kind of who's driving the new stuff. But from like 2005, from like the late 2000s until like fucking 2016, 2015, this guy is like kind of who people looked to for inspiration, I guess. So what's this Facebook one right here? Yeah, a Facebook movie. Here now we're getting into the real.
Today's Tech Bites, Facebook is responding to the heat over its privacy settings. The social networking site sent a statement to the BBC saying it may simplify the settings.
I'm going to interview you
Yeah?
now.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
You knew it was going to be this type of shit.
I guess so. Now I do.
I find it such a waste of a lot of time.
I'm a big fan of Facebook. I like to put pictures on there. I like to stay in touch with friends. And it's good for keeping tabs on my ex-girlfriend. Facebook has been catching a lot of heat lately for its privacy policy and a bunch of other things I don't really understand. This one I found particularly funny. So I wanted to make this little movie to help understand what
Look at this
Facebook
shit.
is.
Huh?
That's pretty huge. Stop motion.
Facebook is a tool, a community, a way to stay connected with people.
Didn't they used to refer to this stuff
But it's
as
also something else.
what do they call it? Not divisive. What's the word?
See, there are two sides to
Disruptive
Facebook.
advertising.
The side you know, this is our side.
Like low budget.
This side's about
Oh yeah, I see
the
what you're saying.
friends,
Like they used to call
status
this
updates, family.
like this was a
messages.
problem for like large
is
marketing
personal.
firms. Like this guy, like
Yeah,
this style.
yeah.
The other side is
like
their
like
side.
large
Oh, yeah.
Don
The
Draper
business.
marketing firms that you would
See,
get a job at
Facebook is
after
free to
RISD
use,
if you took
but
yourself
they
like
make
really
a lot
fucking
of money.
seriously.
Mhm.
And then you had this guy making fucking construction paper cutouts
Yeah.
or getting a
Info
Facebook
has, the more it
and
can
getting
do for
essentially getting work that
advertisers.
you would get.
I mean,
Our
by the
personal
time here,
data equals their bottom line.
well, this guy's kind of strange because his level of ability and level of talent, at this point in time, he would have been like a creative director at one of these agencies. You know,
Yeah.
that's what these people are. That's what these people are like. He's stayed sort of true to the game. He stayed independent and hasn't. But it might just be. I mean, he's making it now. He's making more money than he ever could have if he was at Whedon and Kennedy or one of these firms. But the advertising companies, they all think like that though. Like Whedon and Kennedy and Ogilvy and all the Pentagram, all the big advertising companies, they all like they hired the kids from RISD who were the most like this.
Yeah.
Like the organized creative nerd type kids that like would do shit like this in class.
Clean versions of
Clean versions of DIY crust punk type. It's like
almost
almost us type stuff. Construction
clean.
paper crust punk. Yeah, very
and
clean.
like not like no problems in their life.
Yeah, I think that by the mid 2000s, big companies figured out that this was kind of the way to go.